have in the library.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go.
Yep.
Alright. Welcome to my exhibition. Glad you could all come. I'm Josh, and we'll just get into it. So this term I've been doing photography, as you all know. At first I wanted to take pictures of like dwelling up in the forest, but then later in the term I changed my mind and I wanted to do like sunsets and beaches because, well, it's more ideal and I just preferred it. Well, why I chose photography, I didn't really know what else to study, so I always had like photography as like a little backup, you know, like just something to do just in case I hit a wall or something like that. So now let's give you like a brief history of photography. So the first photo was taken in 1827. In 1837, Louis, I'm not even going to try to say that, introduces some form of prototype. I don't know how to say that. Like a photograph, but it doesn't fade. Like in that photo, you can see like it kind of fades in the background. In 1900, the first like proper camera went on sale. It was called the Brownie. And in 1984, Canon, I'm sure you're all aware of that company. You know, they make cameras and stuff like that. Yeah, they made like the first official digital camera. So, you know, Riley already did this in his exhibition, but I'm going to go through it for the sake of my exhibition. So, a camera lens has takes all the light rays bouncing around and using the glass to redirect them to a single point. Like in that photo, it goes through the lens, it bounces off that mirror, and then bounces all the way up there, so you can just see through the viewfinder. And when all those light rays beat back together on a digital camera sensor or piece of film, they create like an image. So lenses are, like, say if you're a guy in pro, like you're being a professional photographer, you need like very good and specific lenses. Like say if you're taking pictures of astronomy or sports, like sport events, you probably need like a 100mm lens. And if you're doing like wide landscapes, you probably want like a 35mm lenses because like different lenses capture different amounts of light. Like you can see in this photo, like the one on the left has like proper lens, and the one on the right like has some different lenses. And as you can see, it captures more light, and the image is much cleaner and clearer. Also in photography, like you can of course edit your photos. Like you can use like Lightroom, Photoshop, GIMP, and Adobe Illustrator. There's much more, but those are just some of the basic ones I decided to list. And you can play with like the saturation, the exposure, like on the image at the left. You can add or take away exposure to make it lighter or darker. Riley also went through this in his exhibition, but again, I'm going to cover it myself. So shutter speed is also very important in photography because it captures motion. Like faster shutter speed captures less motion. As you can see in the picture up there, slower shutter speed has more blur. Like medium, it still captures motion, but not as much. Also with aperture, larger aperture has a smaller depth of field and it doesn't focus on the background, it only focuses on the thing in front, and vice versa with the smaller aperture. Like you get a very large depth of field and it focuses on just about everything. And lighting is very important in photography because lighting determines the mood and the tone of the picture. Like up there on the left, it looks a lot gloomier and darker, but on the right hand side it's a lot lighter, brighter, well, it's just not really as gloomy. Also now I'm going to go through the photos that I took myself during the term. Like I'll just like my best 4. So top left is just like a sunset photo. Nothing really much to it. I just walking along the beach, I saw a good sunset, so I decided to snap a picture of it. I completely forgot all the locations where I actually went to, but on the right, you know, I was just bike riding with my mates and I thought that would be a good shot. So I just took a picture of it. And bottom left, I was at the beach with some of my mates and I thought, you know, why not? Because, you know, my topic is photography, so I thought I'd take a picture of that while I'm there. And bottom right, I was just walking my dog along the beach path and I thought that looked really good. So I just thought I'd take a picture of it. So now I'll go to my portfolio. So with my learning plan, you know, I have everything I wanted to do on it and everything I did, like I ticked off some things. Has like what classifies as a good photo, what I do like timeline, history, and just stuff like that. Also my pieces of evidence, like first one is I did like a little mind map brainstorm thing on like different things I could look at in photography. The one right there, you can't really see it, but it's just like a brief little timeline that I made. The third one is based on different lenses, so like what lenses are better for different types of photography, and where like some struggle and some excel. The other one up there is an essay on the history, like, you know, where it originated from, the evolution of the cameras and the lenses and lighting techniques. And of course, you know, we had to do some map work during the term, like just in the top right there, that's like a little example of what we had to do, and you know, I just got a shot of the map. Also, with post-school project, I haven't done it yet. I plan on completing it probably next week, but I do have pictures of my career quizzes, and I don't think they're very accurate because motor vehicle and caravan, like I'm not good with that kind of stuff, and it has a 95% match and stuff like that. Also, cafe, restaurant managers, like ever since I got fired in Hummingbird, I never wanted to work in a cafe again, so. Also, next term, this is just an idea, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to follow through with it, but I might have a look at like health and nutrition and like gym stuff and like how you can gain muscle or something like that. And a bit of self-term reflection. This term hasn't been great. It's definitely a step up from last term because some of you know that my video got deleted and I was procrastinating a lot more. And I still do procrastinate this term, but you know, I still had a lot more work done, and my portfolio is much more complete, I guess. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Any questions?
Oh yeah. Did you end up editing any of the photos that you took?
A little bit with the sunset one, but other than that, no.
What's aperture?
So it's like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like this sort of, it's kind of hard to explain, but like I don't even know how to explain it actually.
What's the word?
Aperture.
Aperture.
Yeah.
A-P-E-R.
E.
T-U-R-E.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up.
Holly?
If there was one thing you could improve on this term, what would it be?
Probably just work ethic, because a lot of the time I just zone out and just sit there like that, like that.
Do you
Like-
think you have a plan to change that for next term?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do want to be a lot, you know, well, I want to get a lot more work done, maybe even fill up a whole portfolio, just overall just better next time, and maybe even get an internship or a shadow day.
Okay, aperture means opening of a lens diaphragm through which light passes. So you've got your lens, you can, aperture is the opening and closing of it to allow certain amount of lighting. Okay?
It's like it's really wide open there and all the light comes in,
Yeah,
but it's really small. And you've got
Yeah,
all
it'll be
the
like-
light.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, alright, I've got some things I could say, positive feedbacks. Okay, your voice is clear and it wasn't monotone. You know, what I mean by monotone is like, you did well with that. PowerPoint was well set out and easy to follow, and the pictures made it appealing and relatable. So each time you had one there, you didn't have like essay or writings on there because that's annoying for PowerPoints. You had nice short, sweet points, and the pictures made it more interesting to look at. That was cool. You looked at the class at times while talking, so you weren't just like staring in one spot. I liked how you went through each photo and explained when you took it. So when you one time you were with your mates, the other time you were walking your dog. Just adds that little bit more relatable. Showing your planning on the screen, that was a good idea. Instead of just trying to say what you did and that, by having it up there, we can see visually how you prepared for it. And it also might help some other people with their planning, how to go about it. Anything you could work on. You don't really need to say, when you said a couple of times that Riley's already covered this and I'm going to go through it again. That's fine, but you don't really need to mention that Riley's already done it. And that, just own it and just say, no, this is what I'm doing. Yes, Riley did do it, but you don't have to mention it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't have to mention it. Anybody else got anything constructive stuff that we could say you could work on?
I'll go with warm.
Okay.
Good topic. You've shown a lot more effort than last time, I feel. Because you were relying on the video last time, but this time you weren't so leaning on one thing. You had multiple things. Great photos. It's a good idea that you had your portfolio on the screen so we can see it more up close. That was quite smart. Just what Miss said for cool feedback. Don't bring up what someone else did, because it just feels like, say Riley didn't go first, think of that, you just having it in your exhibition, because you've had a bit different information and ways to explain it. Overall, really good expedition, lots of information in the portfolio. You had heaps of work done and to show it and prove it. Good job.
I do agree with Chloe with the topic. I feel like you enjoy it this term with photography. And you have some really good photos as well, so if you're going to continue with it, I think you do, because that looks pretty good. I liked how you explained all the aperture one, even though what I did at first or not. You still explained it differently to what I did, and you probably explained it a bit better, so that's always good. Just the standing, great PowerPoint, had good eye contact as well. No, I'm not supposed to, say it, but you did. But yeah, all around, good exhibition, Josh.
That's right. Bruce?
Well, I like your PowerPoints, and you had lots of words on your slides, and you talked to the class with that speech in front of you, and you spoke really clear, but not fast. You looked at the class at times, and your exhibition was great. For cool feedback, just need more eye contact.
You spoke loudly and clearly. It's good that you had a bunch of pictures on each slide, so you can understand things better. My favourite photo is probably a sunset photo. Definitely improving through each exhibition, and it's good that you put stuff in that you didn't finish. Really cool feedback is mentioning more earlier.
You were clear speaking, so I could understand you. I really liked the photos, nice eye contact, and you were confident. You could learn the definition of
Aperture.
no, not that one. It was the one with the G-E-U-R-R-E. I can't remember.
You're talking about the name?
Yeah, the name
That
was.
guy's name? The
Digger.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you don't know how to say it, if you can have a go at maybe trying to say it
We
sometimes.
don't know how
And
to
the
say it
Sometimes
either.
we won't know.
What are we supposed to do?
It's
Yeah,
French.
yeah, we won't know what how to
Yeah,
say it either, but
It's French.
You could have said
sometimes-
like his last name is actually Joe,
Yeah,
then we
well,
would have
look-
believed you.
yeah, well, if not, even if you tried it and sounded funny, you sort of like break the,
Look,
bit of
if it's
humour in
funny.
it and that, because look, there's words that I've said that I wouldn't have a clue what they say, and I say it wrong anyway. and they laugh. I really just laugh with it. But yeah. Probably just one more for cool feedback. I'm not used to this, so you know how you took those photos and you had edited the sunset? Maybe if you can, I know you ran out of time for it, but you could do like a before and after shot of that sunset, what it looked like before, what it looked like after, and just to show that bit more like how you did the editing in that. So if you did that, that probably would have helped. But overall, you did a really good speech, and that presentation was good. I always try and get my kids when I used to teach with PowerPoints to make them clear, but don't go nuts with paragraphs, because then you spend the whole time trying to read it. You made it nice and short and sweet, and photos and pictures really help, grab the attention. So I think you did well. Alright, so do we clap? It's all new for me, so I'm not used to this. So, alright, I think that's it. I'll collect your feedbacks in a minute. What she's written here is after the exhibition,